at home. He's always busy managing other people's property.
Dave is asking, was your father a spiritual person?
When he does that?
Was he a spiritual person?
Your father.
Yeah.
My father said your dad was very spiritual in the sense of a metaphysical way. And Dave wanted you to probably, if you know anything about it, to elaborate on that as you knew him, as you remember him, your dad.
Like what, Paula?
Spiritual. You know spiritual?
Yeah, but
He says your father was very spiritual. Is that true?
that is true. That is true.
Well, tell us about that.
I don't know much about that. He joined with a woman in St. Thomas and had some kind of a church like, but I don't know much about that.
Yeah, well, Uncle Ernest said he was more metaphysical.
Well, because I think Uncle Ernie was very spiritual.
I don't know much about that.
So that's what I'm guessing where he got it
Okay.
from.
Doesn't sound like
But my father thought the world of him.
And he went to Costa Rica. He married a girl from St. James, went to Costa Rica. And he had 5 boys, 1 girl. And then he came back to Jamaica. I think I was 5 years old when he came back to Jamaica. And he had a daughter by the name of Leela. And she took care of me in St. James when I was 5. All this time, he was an overseer for a property in St. Thomas, Creighton Hall. And well, I gotta cut this thing short, you know, because his first son, Harold, followed him and managed property for rich people. And Doran, the second son, did the same thing. Ernie, the third one, he worked at the sugar factory for years, Bernard Light Sugar Factory. And then the union came about, and he lost his job because he joined the union. Then he went to work with the prisons, prison warder. And then he married Doris, an hairdresser, and they left for America. He had 1 daughter, Vivienne. She lives down the road there. He went to America, and then he brought up Vivienne. Well, he worked at a pillow factory for years until he retired.
Go ahead, I got it.
And then he went to Florida with his wife Doris, and they settled down. They did well until they had no children. So Vivienne was his only child. And when Doris died, and he died, Vivienne had no problem claiming the properties in Florida because she was an only child. She sold the house and everything, and she came back. Well, Ernie been down on me for years to come to America, but I wasn't interested. I went into the Royal Air Force. The reason why I went into the Royal Air Force is Jamaica became independent, and they started to shout, Jamaica for Jamaicans. Now, I was illegal in Jamaica, right? I had no papers to prove anything. So I said to myself, what are you going to do, John? I said, okay. Join the Royal Air Force and whatever happens. So I joined the Royal Air Force and went to England. And I spent a little over 3 years. I came back. I got a job at a sugar factory as a timekeeper. And I met Carmen. That's not a problem. I wasn't interested in marriage. I had nothing. So Carmen said, John, you're a loser. But she left and she went to England and studied nursing. So one day I wrote her, I said, no, if you're still interested in marriage, why don't you come over? She came over, we got married. She said, I got to go back and finish my studies. So I said to myself, John, you're married now. The sugar estate doesn't pay much. So when Carmen came over, I said to her, you know, Carmen, she complained that they weren't paying her anything at the hospital either. So I said, okay, let's go to America. And in 1966, we came to America. I got a job at the manufacturer with the earning. And Carmen said to me, you know, John, they like you at the manufacturer, but there is no benefits, no nothing. I said, okay. Now, we came here in 1966. Pam was born in 1967. I couldn't afford a child while I was in Jamaica, but now that I'm in America, I took a chance, right?
Sure. Pam, you're born in 1967.
I went to GE.
Because Renee was born in 1966. So that picture I have of her, she was just over a year old then.
Okay.
It was the cutest picture you ever want. I'm going to send it to you. Okay. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Uncle John.
In 1969, I went to General Electric in Lynn.
Right.
And I spent 18 years in General Electric. In 1974, Mark came.
There's that much of a difference? Are you serious?
It's a big space there.
And I retired from GE in 1987. During this time, I still kept my factory work. I did 21 years at the factory.
Oh, really?
And when I retired from GE, I got a job at a factory that made skin.
Really?
Is that right?
Made skin.
For burn victims.
In Canton. Canton, just away from here. I did 15 years. So, I did 21 years at Pillow Factory, 18 at GE, 15 at AM. And in 2002, I said, that's enough.
You had enough.
I was 80 then, 2002. Wow. I said, that's enough. And, of course, in 1983, we tear down on this house. And we have been here ever since I was, what, 30 years, right? And we're still hanging in there. Well, briefly,
Good memory.
that's the story of my life. Mark went to university. Mark went to university.
You're all set.
That's it.
He's going to be 91 in a couple of weeks.
Wow.
What have you got? Right? So when they wanted men, I said, okay, John, here's your chance now. If you get killed over there, that's okay.
Yeah, that's my attitude
If you live
too.
to come back,
Yeah,
that's a door open for you. So let's go.
yeah.
If I ever tell you some of the things that happened in Raleigh first today, I'll only tell you one. I was supposed to work in aircraft, right? I was an aircraft finisher. So I was on this station that didn't have active airplanes. So I used to sit in the aerodrome, and this sergeant came in and he said, midnight, put some coal in the stove. You know those stove you put coal into? Yes, you rub it right in the center and you put coal in there to heat the
Oh,
coal.
yeah, yeah.
So I didn't do anything because my name is not Midnight, right? The stupid ass went and put me in a charge, Dave.
Wow.
So they marched me up, called my name and number. John Waloctt, is that yours? Yes, that's you. You are hereby charged for disobeying an order. What have you got to say? I said, well, sir, could you ask the sergeant to give me the order again? So this is, I told him to put some coal in the stove. I said, no, sir. He told Midnight to put some coal in the stove.
Oh.
Now, you know, Dave, that when you're in a charge, you're with defense counsel, he stands up right beside the commanding officer. So the commanding officer said, all right, Walcott, wait outside. Of course, once you tell him to wait outside, you know you win the case. Right? But he doesn't want to chastise the sergeant in front of you.
Right.
So he said, wait outside. But here's a beauty for you, Dave. When I went to England, I asked him, and I said, now tell me something. How does this Royal Air Force work? He said, now, Walcott, you got to learn a trade, right? Because if you don't learn a trade, all the shit in the office, you got to clean it up. General duties, right? I said, all right. I went and I learned a trade, aircraft finisher, Group 2. And I was on this station, and the station warrant officer, you know who that is, he runs the station. He came to me and he said, all right, Walcott, get a mop and a bowl and report to me on Monday. Right? I went to him on Monday and he said, I want you to clean the corridors between the offices. Right? I said, right, sir. I did it for 3 days, Dave. And I went back to him and said, sir, I would like to have your permission to see the commanding officer. He said, what for? I said, misemployment.
Oh.
Okay, I'm going to have my say. I said, sure, sir, sure. What can I do? So I went Name and number, is that you? So yes. I see you're applying misemployment. That's the commanding officer. He said, no, look at me, John. I am a pilot. I'm supposed to fly planes. They put me here in this chair, the commanding officer. My defense counsel, the adjutant says, sir, I beg your pardon. Walcott is a Group 2 tradesman. They shouldn't choose him to do. The commander said, all right, Walcott, wait outside. And of course, you remember, the SWOs, you know, they was a big one, you know. And outside, it was the talk all over the station. Walcott beat the SWO, right? So he came out and he said, no hard feelings, Walcott. I said, no, sir, no hard feelings. You have your job to do, and that's it. That's the end of my stories. Can this paper here help me to become a naturalized Jamaican? He said, sure, John, sure. Get a form, right? Fill it out. Get 2 justices of the peace to sign it. I am one done. Teachers of the peace. I get another one. Send it to the government. And you're a Jamaican. I said, that you sure? He said, oh, sure. Dave, fill it out, send it in. Get my naturalization, man. I'm a Jamaican now, Dave. So I have another question. I said, now, can I get a passport or this? I said, sure, you can get anything with that, John. I have it made now. I have it made now. I get my passport. I am a Jamaican and oh boy, that's it.